What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here on the channel. Taking a look at EA Sports PGA Tour Road to the Masters. And obviously, the Masters was just this past weekend. So, in fancy tradition, we gotta play this game. So if you guys missed the last episode, it's gonna be on the top right corner of your screen here. You guys can click that and see how well we played. I think, which one are we at next? I don't know which one we're at next. This is final. So, okay. So we're going to go to the Florida Classic. That is where we're going next. Yeah, round 3. Go ahead and pick off where we left off. So other than that, guys, enjoy this episode. Here we go. Subscribe. Of course, hit that notification bell icon. If you like this video, let me know down below in the comments. And of course, liking it will let me know too. Well, if you guys listen to this.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon from the wetlands, we bring you live third-round coverage of the Florida Classic. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Novello is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. The leader is Andrew Putnam. He currently sits at 12 under par. So let's get out and pick up the action as we head to the tee at the par 5 15. And just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
That's an aggressive layup, really trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15, and he'll stay at 5 under. Moving to the 16th hole here at the wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
He's got 135 yards to the front, 151 to the hole. Pin is on the front left part of the green.
Boy, that's well done right there. He barely touched that and got it to roll to a stop.
And believe me, it was much harder than that.
Okay, that'll be a par here at 16, and he'll remain right where he is. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
And still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. A long one coming up here for birdie. Now a 7-footer. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
So he'll come at it from the left side of the fairway as he gets set now for his second shot.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And that's going to drop him back to 4 under par. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how we getting... EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon, we're in the Sunshine State for live final round coverage of the Florida Classic. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. Aaron Wise is your leader. He's currently at 13 under. Let's get right into the action, starting with the par 3 14th. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. That's just okay, I'd say, but he's left himself at least a chance at a par, Frank.
Come on, Rich. I mean, you're being too kind here. That's not ideal.
Just needed a little bit more, but he couldn't quite get it there. Safely in. It's a bogey here at 14. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. Now a second from well over 300 yards. This will be about positioning. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close.
backward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Yeah, that'll do just fine. Had a pretty good run at that, and par should be pretty well within reach. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th, and he'll remain at 4 under. Making our move to the home stretch, the 16th. It's a par 4 and a good one at 455 yards.
And a chance to actually get a good run for the clubhouse because the holes are fairly short coming in. So good drive here, find the putting surface, maybe start the roll right here.
And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
151 yards left. The pin is in the front right part of the green.
Okay, not the intended plan there, as this ball is going to wind up a foot or 2 off the green. Will that stop? Yes, that was not easy down the slope, but that's pretty well done. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par, and he'll remain right where he is. 17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3, and that'll find the nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
Well, the branches certainly slowed that one down, but fortunately, this ball winds up in a halfway decent spot. Yeah, well done. That's in for par. And he'll stay right where he is. Finishing our day at the Wetlands in Florida with the shortest par 4 of the course, the 377-yard 18th. Water down the left shouldn't be a factor. Driver and a short iron. And a birdie is very much in the cards.
Once again, doesn't count as a fairway hit. We all know that. But the first cut, with the ball sitting up, see what can happen from here. And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Kidding? This game's unfair sometimes. That looked in the whole way. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And he's going to slide backwards to 3 under par. So, Frank, a few good things to take away from the weekend, but ultimately, this course just got the better of them.
Yeah, it did, but at least they went the full distance. That's the important thing. You know, you teed up on a Sunday. Even if it's not a great week, every day you get out to play golf, especially in
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend, and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. The Florida native and former Gator, Billy Horschel, is your leader. He's got it going early at 7 under par. So out to the action we go as we'll pick things up on the tee at the par 5 12th. Now from just under 300 yards, a second from the fairway at the par 5. Yeah, mission accomplished. On into, didn't fly it all the way there, but got enough release in good shape. That's a mishit, misjudgment, and maybe another missed putt coming up. 8 feet remaining here for birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. Opening round here in beautiful Orlando, Florida, home to EA Sports, the game you're enjoying right now. It is also home to this wonderful golf course, Bay Hill, Arnie's tournament for so many years. It still is in a lot of ways. But now, Frank, as we start to move forward in the tour calendar, you can't help but notice the players coming up next week. And for those who qualify, the Masters a little more than a month away. This is the time to really start getting your game in gear.
And hopefully you don't have to find it, that's for sure. You're absolutely right, Rich. The Florida swing, you got the warm conditions, Bermuda greens, practice facilities, the wind, keep you warm. You can practice 6 hours a day if you want to. But that's the whole thing. Your game has to peak, and it starts to peak right now if you want to make this incredible run through. Not just the Masters, the players, but also that run through to the FedEx Cup.
Okay, safely in for par here at 13, and he'll stay at level par. Well, as they say on tour, Bay Hill has a good set of par 3s. Here's the 14th. It's 215 yards. There are those bunkers left and long. Stay out of those, and you have a good chance to put 3 down on the card. That will be too much, club. It's into one of those 2 bunkers over the back of this 14th green. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Just beyond the hole. Super job there out of the bunker. Okay, good putt. And a par here at 14. And he'll stay at even par. Well, this is one of those holes at Bay Hill where you have to sort of thread the needle. It's more about accuracy than it is about power. It's only 429 yards, a dog leg to the right, but you absolutely have to put the ball in play off the tee. Yeah, tried to cut the corner there, but it's not going to work. That is into the fairway bunker here at 15. Gonna have to flight this a long way. His second out of the bunker.
Not the best shot we've seen today, but when you consider that was set out of the fairway bunker, it certainly gets a pass grade.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, I've had a look. Overall, a little bit of right to left, but fortunately it's on a very flat part of this green.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Nicely done as he rolls that in for his par. And he'll stay at 1 over. For the golfer we had our eye on, no other way to say it, Frank, just not a real good day out there.
It could be a short week, Rich. We can complain about the conditions and that, but look at the...
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. The Florida native and former Gator, Billy Horschel, is your leader. He shows the way at 7 under. So let's get out to the course, already deep into the round as we head to the tee on the par 4 15th. And this is not going to get there, but it will find a safe spot between the two front bunkers here at 15. Okay, that one finished off for a par. That's going to be good enough to keep him just inside the cut line here in round 2. Back on the tee here at the 16th. Frank, lay it out for us. What's ahead on this hole?
Well, even though there's 2 bunkers, one on the left and one on the right, it's the shortest of the 4 par 5s. You can almost take those out of play and have just a mid-iron in here. But we all know what's coming up.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Nope. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll remain right where he is. Frank, deep into a round, par 3 17, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
Our tournament here at Bay Hill still in full swing, obviously. But, Frank, I think all of our golfers competing this weekend may have one eye toward next week, the big purse, the island green, the full field. It is the flagship event on the PGA Tour, the Players, just a couple of hours north of here at TPC Sawgrass.
Rich, when you've got a name that's called The Players, I think that says it all. And that's the one they want to win.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. that'll drift a couple feet by. That one finished off for bogey here at 17. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par. Frank, now one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill, the 18th.
Hole's got a little easier over the years with the new equipment. People getting it out there a little further, so you've got a shorter club in, but you've got to be wary of that run out on the right side.
And this is going to be in a good spot as that'll come to rest in the left portion of the fairway. A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this second shot. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
And it's an inviting one, ever so slightly up the hill with just a hint of movement from left to right.
Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. So he'll finish up there. It's a par here at 18. So for our featured golfer, Frank, it is on to the weekend. Who knows, if you get out early on Saturday, try and post a number. EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. A winner here at Bay Hill in 2022. Scotty Scheffler is the leader. He sits at 10 under par. We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first.
Oh, that ball limps its way onto the green, but yeah, you never know. One putt away.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
Yeah, I've had a look. Overall, little bit of right to left, but fortunately it's on a very flat part of this green.
Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. Safely in. It's a par here at first. And he'll remain at 2 over par. Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
This is a good par 3, the second here at Bay Hill at 231 yards. Play it out toward that right, especially if that hole location is on the left. You can swing it along the contour of that green, and who knows, maybe make a hole-in-one like Jordan Spieth did in 2021. And I think that may have surprised him. That carried much further than he anticipated. This is going to have to require a delicate touch. It's his second. Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Oh, what a putt right there. The speed was spot on. Just a fraction offline, or that would have gone down. Okay, it's a bogey here at the second. And he'll slide back now to 3 over par. This is a good scenic par 4, the third here at Bay Hill. That huge leg on the left, it's obvious. You want to keep it away from that. If you do, you'll have a short iron in and a chance to make a 3. Good shot coming off bogey at the second. That's going to be in the fairway. Pin cut back left here today as he stares down his second to the par 4.
Well, I'm not going to rag on the shot. It was a good strike, but look where the flag is. It's on the other side of the green.
Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll hold steady at +3. Up next, the 561-yard uphill par 5 fourth. Creek and OB to the right. Only the biggest hitters can get home in 2. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Still better than 3 bills away as he puts forth his second to the par 5.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the green side bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Yeah, the green just didn't want to hold that one. That'll run off into the short grass. That is well read. A terrific putt there to save par. And he'll stay at 2 under. So for our featured golfers, some good playing and some favorable scoring conditions here on this Saturday. But they'll look up at that leaderboard and see they're still well back.
But
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, we bring you live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. The leader is Tom Hoge. He's currently at 13 under. Let's get right into the action, starting with the par 3 14th. This from 7 feet. Okay, that's good putt. It is in to save par. And he'll stay right where he is. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to play to your strength.
And that will do just fine. Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's when you've got to be a little careful.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good and even money, really, to make birdie.
Yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And he's got it back to even par. Frank, this is a great hole late in the round. Par 5 and a chance to really make up some ground or extend the lead. I mean, you can make some things happen here.
Shortest of the 4 par 5s and reachable for just about everyone. But really, it's the second shot. The better the tee shot, the easier you make that second shot.
Well, we've seen people still reach the green in 2 from here, but it's going to be a tough task as that tee shot offline and in the bunker. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
So hard to gauge distance control and get that ball to come out the way you want it. This one going to be in the sand again. Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and he'll remain right where he is. So we've talked about these par 3s here at Bay Hill, and they finish with a doozy. It is the 17th at 221 yards and all sorts of trouble. You can see that beach bunker in front. There's the water to deal with. Oftentimes a difficult hole location. You're thrilled to walk out of here with a par. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Oh, how about the touch right there? Very well done.
Hard to do much better than that. It was nearly perfect.
No problems there. That's par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is. Finishing hole at Bay Hill is the demanding 458-yard par 4. Water to the right, OB along the entire left side. A 4 almost feels like a birdie here. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Now this from 166 yards out.
And a good approach shot, just not quite as close as what you'd like, but still solid.
We welcome in Iona Steven. This, a putt for birdie.
It would be very easy to underread this putt. There is break on it from left to right, particularly as it nears the hole.
Okay, a good putt for his par here at the 18th green. And this will be a final round score of 74. So Frank, our golfer just could not get things going here in this final round, and it winds up a disappointing finish.
And hopefully it's not a bad habit too, because as we know, they normally give out trophies on Sundays, so you do not want to get in a habit of playing poorly on Sunday.
Till next time.
It is golf's unofficial fifth major. It is the home of the PGA Tour. It is 18 of the most diabolical holes ever strung together. It is visually intimidating. It is narrow fairways. It is water at every turn. But for the player who outlasts all others, it is the richest prize in golf. It is the Players' Championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. For over 4 decades, this has been the home of the PGA Tour and the site of its flagship event as we bring you opening round coverage of the Players. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've currently got a tie at the top at 5 under par. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. So a beautiful Thursday here at TPC Sawgrass, and what a weekend we have in store. We take a look at our featured golfer, the rookie, that played reasonably well last week at Bayham, made the cut, got some good experience. But this, Frank, this is a different test altogether.
When you look at the field, Rich, it is stacked from top to bottom, from that first tee off time to the last. I mean, this is the who's who of golf. So if you're a rookie and this is your first experience at the deep water, so to speak, then you get to feel it straight away. But just remember, 4 rounds at Bay Hill, that's a tough golf course. And this is a more strategic get-it-and-play golf course. Don't get ahead of yourself. You never know. Might be 2 good weeks in a row.
A fine Thursday as we get rolling in this Players' Championship, the course in pristine condition. Frank, we hear so much about this golf course being one that favors accuracy over distance. Is that fair to say?
It is. Often we use the phrase, it favors no one. And I think that's the hardest part of the golf course. There's no stereotypical type winner here at TPC Sawgrass. It really is a good blend of just finding position on some holes. Then the longer hitters, well, they can take advantage. The new 12th hole, for example, the drivable par 4. There's some tweaks in the golf course, but still, they expose everybody long and short. And that's the beauty, and in some respect, the pain of this golf course.
Our rookie golfer making that first appearance in the prestigious Players' Championship. Nota Begay III is with us. You've been there. Note to the Players, not a major by name, but we all know how significant it is. And this is really the first big test of the youngsters' maiden voyage, first season on the PGA Tour. What's this one like?
Well, if a young player wants to find out what their game looks like on the toughest venues, in the toughest tournaments, come to the Players' Championship. It's going to test every facet of their game, and they will, at week's end, know where they stand in contrast to the rest of the players in the world.
Okay, no further damage. It's a bogey 5. And he is very quickly down to 2 over par. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 6th. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
He's got about 98 yards to the front, 108 to the hole, looking to make up for that drop shot with a birdie here.
Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par. This is an 11-foot putt. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6. And just like that, he'll fall to 3 over par. Frank's 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
Now this, his second to the par 4 from just off the fairway.
It's a good shot, but does leave that little uphill putt, so that one will be slow.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is, longest of the 4 par 3s, plus it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
Okay, fortunate there. That ball hops onto the green, and he'll be left with that for his birdie. Oh, no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Oh, that is a good bunker play right there. Just a few feet left for a 4. Yes, that is how you pay off a great bunker shot. That's in for a birdie. One last look at the leaderboard, Frank. Our featured golfer down, but not out after day 1.
Yeah, they might have to take the standing 8, though, or hit the reset.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the home course of the PGA Tour, TPC Sawgrass, it's live second-round coverage of the players. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've got a tie at the top at 6 under par. So let's get out to the course, already deep into the round as we head to the tee on the par 4 15th. Second round now here at TPC Sawgrass and the players. And Frank, as we look at our featured golfer, I think you'd have to say played pretty well yesterday in that first ever professional round on this challenging golf course. And now a repeat of that performance would most likely get them through to the weekend. That's not a bad goal for a rookie on tour, is it?
Certainly isn't, Rich. It puts you in that elite category of only the top 60 or 70 players that'll make Saturday and Sunday. So I think in retrospect, when you look at the quality of this field and the golf course, which nobody over the years, as you and I both know, are ever comfortable on, it is a really solid performance, one you can hang your hat on.
You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Well, no one better to assess this situation than Nota Begay III, who came through the Korn Ferry Tour to win twice as a rookie on the PGA Tour. And Nota, our featured player here in contention early. Now, granted, it's just a Friday, but you start to get the sense that some of that success in the lower levels, the amateur days, could pay big dividends here.
Yeah, if you just take a look at this player's pedigree, it's blue chip. Great success at the collegiate and amateur levels, but this is the PGA Tour. You've got to go out there. You've got to continue to press forward. Looking good early on the Friday, but we got a long way to go to the end.
A 5-footer now for birdie. This round finishing strong. Back-to-back birdies now at 15 and 16. And he's going to move to 4 under par, just 1 shot off the top spot. Frank, as a fan, it's so exciting because it's just so simple as well. Ball's in the air. You're wondering, where is it? Wet, dry, short, long, winner or loser?
And it's no surprise that this hole was an accident. This one was designed by not Pete Dye, but his wife Alice Dye. But we have seen so many accidents right here.
One thing's for sure, he's going to have to hit this one with some pace, traveling uphill much of the way. Oh, and he didn't hit that squarely at all. This one measures out to 15 feet. Good stop, though it is for a bogey 4. And now he's going to fall a couple of shots off the pace. Now to one of the most spectacular finishing holes in golf. 462-yard par 4 18th at TPC Sawgrass. Water guarding the entire left side of the fairway. Mounds and trees lining the right, as picturesque and difficult as they come. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. A good 200 yards away from a good lie in the fairway. Well, not as close to the pin as you'd like, but when you find greens in regulation on a regular basis, you're going to have a chance. Nope, didn't get it, didn't hit it. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for his par here at 18. So our featured golfer here, pretty solid through the first 2 days, safely through to the weekend and EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon from TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, live third-round coverage of the Players. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Nobilo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. Keegan Bradley is on top. He's at 9 under. So let's get out to the action as we pick things up on the tee at the par 4 fifth. Frank, it's day 3 here at the one and only Players Moving Day, as it's known. And as we look at our featured player in contention heading into the weekend, there's some big names on that leaderboard, but right now, hanging tough.
They certainly are. The type of golf that's required, Rich, you and I both know. Pete Dye, he wanted to test you physically, technically, and, of course, mentally. That's the big challenge. They've come through in flying colours the first 2 days, but today it's a little bit more of a mental challenge. What I would advocate is don't look at the leaderboard so much today. Saturday, it could be a long, drawn-out day, so just worry about your own golf.
Well, this hole has it all. 393-yard par 4 sixth, and in fact, it was Pete Dye's favorite. He designed this golf course, and I think the reason he loved it so much was it incorporated all of the elements that he used in his design. It was visually intimidating, water trouble, and the premium on accuracy and strategic thinking. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Looking at 101 yards to the front, 115 to the hole, ball on a slight upslope, which should send it just a little bit higher in flight.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Here we go. This one for birdie. Good job to deaden it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And he'll stay at 5 under. Frank, what do you think of the 7th?
Interesting par 4 for 2 reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole, it also shapes to the right. That makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Couldn't ask for anything better. Split the fairway, and now we'll have a go at this second shot.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll stay right where he is. Well, this par 3 will get your attention, no question about it. 237 yards. It's the longest par 3 here at TPC Sawgrass. And very simply, it requires a solid strike with a middle to long iron, maybe even a fairway wood. This is a hard hole. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Out of the bunker to here. Now a third. Well, obviously he can do better, and he's going to have to on this next putt if he wants to just get out of here with bogey, Frank.
And this one's certainly going to be worth the price of admission.
Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3, and that's going to drop him back to 4 under par. Closing out the front side with the par 5, 583-yard ninth. Don't say this too often in this, the era of the long bomber, but this for most is actually a 3-shot par 5. You can get there in 2, but it requires accuracy and 2 enormous shots. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. A look here at birdie.
And he may need to give this just a little extra. He's going straight up the hill, but otherwise fairly painless.
Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Frank, our featured golfer, 4 shots back heading to Sunday. I mean, we see deficits like that disappear all the time. What do they need to do tomorrow?
One of
4 decades ago, this was swampland, a seemingly ordinary tract of land, no different from any other in this section of Florida. Today, this land will be anything but ordinary. Today, it will test the finest golfers in the world, eager to claim the sport's richest prize. This is the final round of the Players' Championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today from TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, live final round coverage of the Players. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner as you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon. And we've got a packed group at the top with a tie at 12 under. Time to get out to the action on the course as we pick things up on the tee at the par 4 14th. Sunday in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, final round of the Players. And Frank, no matter what happens today, it has been a tremendous run for our featured golfer here, the young rookie playing this event for the first time and up on the first page of the leaderboard with a chance to put a number up there and do something special.
And once you put a number up at the Players' Championship with all that water in play, it really does start to mean something more here than any other golf course. They can just get through there, and as you just said, Rich, post a number. Then you imagine what the leader's going to feel like when they've got all those dangerous holes to finish, and your score is already posted.
Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right, this is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, It's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the screen, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
All right, let's tap the expertise and experience of Nota Begay III, who won 4 times on the PGA Tour and twice as a rookie. So, Nota, you've been there in contention on a Sunday. How do you battle the nerves in a spot like this?
Well, it's nearly impossible to battle those nerves, Rich. What you have to do is process that energy, and you process it in a positive fashion by taking that energy and putting it into the parts of your game that are working well for you. A strong mindset, a strong commitment to the shots that you're selecting is what's going to give you the best chance to succeed.
And it will be fascinating to see how they do process all of that and how they fare ultimately in their quest to win their first ever PGA Tour event as a rookie. Just 5 feet left. Well read. That's Ian for a bogey 5. And he'll fall back to 8 under par. Now to the par 5 16, 523 yards. And the key here, besides the obvious, good drive, solid second shot, is to not look too far ahead. But that's easier said than done, because as you get to that second shot, you can plainly see what's ahead, and that is the famous par 3 17 and the water to the right. That is started right, and that is trouble. Had half the equation on that shot. The distance, not quite the accuracy. Missed a hair to the right.
Yeah, not quite a foul ball. Kept it in the ballpark, and let's see how good you can chip.
All the way. It is a par here at 16. And he's going to remain at 8 under. And we are finally here at the famed island hole at TPC Sawgrass. 137 yards, par 3, the 17th hole. Club selection critical, and nerves of steel are required. Okay, mission accomplished. That is safely aboard this island green. This one is all about touch and feel and creativity. Coming down that huge slope, though it is a birdie putt. Oh, settle. Nope, that's a shocker there. That may go all the way off the green. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And he'll remain right where he is. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
150 yards to the hole, pinned just on the front edge.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Oh, that is a beauty, in for birdie here at the last. And that will go down as a final round 69. So for our featured golfer, Frank, in the mix much of the week. It'll be a top 10 finish, but maybe a chance to rue a few missed opportunities.
Depends how you look at it. I agree with you. Definitely some missed opportunities, but there's enough good there. So how...
Right on, guys. So that is the closest we've ever come to winning a major event. Well, this is a major. So other than that, guys, this is going to be the end of this episode. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Of course, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any new PGA Tour Road to the Master gameplay here. If you guys do have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Other than that, this is Red Zone signing out, keeping it real, keeping it hot, and keeping it raw. Your normal 9 to 5 guy bring you the high quality content you enjoy. See you guys on the next episode. Deuces.